30-second delay.
I'm not even on yet. Wake up, Wilmington. How is everybody day? It is Monday, fun day. We got the Jer Bear back in the house, and we have Mike and Nathan Hilton. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with Nate. We were teasing Nathan earlier about his name, trying to figure out what his actual name was, and we're sure that's his real name and all that. So anyhow, share now. I got to share the show, so I'm going to share the show real quick. And I'll be ready to go. Sorry, running just a little behind for some reason this morning, and I got up earlier. That's what's weird. You ever do that? Get up early and still run behind?
I've not actually seen anybody online.
I got 6.
Well, I mean,
I'm showing
that's
6.
my phone, but nothing's coming up on the.
I got 6 online.
The only one I got showing up on here is Joanne.
I got Jerry Keplinger is watching with me. All right, guys. Well, we're here. It's about 60 degrees. It's going to get up 69, but about 11, didn't it? Say it's going to start raining. Yeah.
Yep.
11 it's going to start raining. So, unfortunately, yeah, I think we got rain. You guys say what? Today, tomorrow, Wednesday? Is that right?
That's what my weather app said.
We were going to go shooting today because Mike here is from Forest Firearms. He owns it. Him and Nathan, they are the owners of that. Nathan, smile. Wake up, buddy. Dang,
I'm trying.
I'm looking
over
at
here.
you, and it's like, is he stoned or what? No, I'm just kidding.
No, not this time.
Anyhow, it should be a fun show. We're going to talk guns, bang bangs. And, yeah, we've always mentioned guns before, never got in trouble, have we? Todd May says Todd May said, you got to be careful. Got to call them bang bangs.
It depends on if you get on if you get on their radar. Once you're on your radar, I got on their radar real quick, and it hasn't been fun. But if you're not on their radar, it's not too bad. If somebody reports you, you'll be on their radar.
Yeah, I just bought a gun from Mike and gave me a great deal, which we won't talk about that because he took care of me. Let's put it that way. Plus, I got some. We're going to talk about different guns. We're going to talk about different ammunition. What you need to do if you're going to get a gun. Just like, because I'm going to be honest with you, people. I mean, I'd like to go back to the days of Andy Griffith. Barney Fife, one bullet. But we aren't there. Especially where you guys live up in Dayton, although where you live at, it doesn't seem quite as bad, but probably 4 or 5 minutes from you guys, 10 minutes, there's probably some bad areas.
There's quote unquote ghettos everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's none real close to us.
No. Oh, well, no, I live in Sabina, and we have our ghettos too, so to speak, but I don't. I think I'll take the Sabina ghetto over the Dayton ghetto. Does that make sense? Well, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we did, Dean. Dean Thompson. We had a good time yesterday at the car show. Great turnout. We had, like I said, about 60 cars. Fun day. Give away 17 trophies. One trophy. I forgot to bring a couple trophies. So Dean actually made a trophy we gave away, which was awesome. And
Is this out of bread?
no, it was wood, this big wooden tiki thing. And
You just carried the wooden tiki.
well, and if you looked at my pictures, we gave it to the guy with the shed on the back of his truck. Oh my God, it's hilarious. This guy's truck he's got. And then I gave away this table. I never seen one of these before. Tabletop fire pits.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. So they had their choice. They could either take a trophy or the tabletop fire pit till it was gone. About 7 or 8 of those guys chose trophies first. So it went like to the 9th person. And I'm like, the tabletop fire pit's worth a lot more than the $5 trophy. What are you guys thinking?
What are they going to do with it?
They're
not going to use it.
I know. That's what I mean. It's tabletop fire pit. What? I don't know. People are funny. Like I said, temperature day is about 62. It's going to get about 70. It's going to rain, which is unfortunate. And rain the next 3 days. All right, got some news. Feel free to throw anything in you guys want while I'm reading the news here. Okay? Got any comments? USA China tariff talks went pretty good from what I'm understanding. The USA is dropping their tariffs from 145% down to 30%, which is pretty daggone awesome. And China is outdoing us a little bit. They're dropping theirs from 125 to 10%. That's gonna work, but it's just for 30 days as they work on more of a permanent deal, right?
Yeah.
Right. Year to date, the markets are down, but this will help the markets out a lot, I would say.
No.
Trump is going to the Middle East today. Him, Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity's covering the trip. He's going to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and trying to secure investments. Because the first one after he got elected was the Saudi prince saying, "We will invest with you, Mr. Trump, $600 billion." And Trump said, "Why don't you just make it $1 trillion?"
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
So
let's just round it up.
yeah, let's just round it up to $1 trillion. Now, I had not heard this till today. Have you guys heard this? A new Air Force One is going to be given to the United States.
Yeah, Qatar.
Courtesy of Qatar. Have you guys heard this?
Yep.
No.
I had not heard this. Anyhow, it's it's the biggest gift ever sent to the U.S. from a foreign government. And of course, I even when I was reading it, it's like, is this legal? Is this ethical? Over a $400 million gift, because they are working on a new Air
The
Force
liberals
One.
are saying it's not.
Well, the new Air Force One they're working on, it's not going to be ready till 2027. This one's ready now, I guess. And it's a Boeing 747-8. My thoughts, though, when I read this was,
You're gonna have to gut it.
Yeah, it's gonna have all the equipment.
no, it's ready to go.
Not from a foreign country, I wouldn't
Yeah.
take it.
They said
It's
tricked-
got at least
they
2
say
years of
it's
trials.
tricked out.
You cannot let the port.
Yeah.
They say it's tricked out, ready to go.
Security of the American president.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember, that is the flying fortress when there's a problem. He's in the air. He's at 40,000 feet.
The way I read it, I felt like this thing was like ready hit the runway right now, baby.
Well, it may be.
It may be ready to go, but until our intelligence and everything goes through
Oh,
it and
I
make sure there's no
agree, yeah.
issues with
Kinda.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Security issues you got there, you know.
think about it. I'll just, if he ever makes us mad, we'll just have a eject button in there for him, or a blow up button.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what got me. I didn't even know about it till now. This morning when I read that. Yeah, have you heard about it? Did you hear about it beforehand? Had you?
Yeah.
I guess I'm in the dark on that.
I haven't.
You haven't? Good.
No, I
All
haven't.
right. At least.
I question whether it was even real or if it was just.
Well, Qatar. See, that's where Fred Flintstone's home is, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And that's where they're going to have the new Disney World.
Or they got there's money.
Oh, there's all kinds.
That's where
of
the money
in
grows on the
Qatar.
trees
Well,
in
and,
this era.
but also I liked it the other day. This was another Middle Eastern guy comment on one of Ilhan Omar's things. Ilhan Omar, she mentioned how bad Trump was, yada yada yada, and all that. This Middle Eastern guy got on her page and said, well, guess what? You say that back in your home country, you're dead. Show some respect. I thought that was pretty good because it's true.
I mean, she has repeatedly said that her number one interest is Somalia.
Well, and
She represents Somalia.
and she
I mean, if she does, go back to Somalia.
she's the one that married her brother, right?
Brother, father. Oh, wait a minute. Who was it that married their father? It was
Or was that
the
Omar?
DA from New York.
Oh, well, she didn't marry. She just wrote down that her father was her husband so she could get a better loan.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're all incestual relationships with these people.
It would be nice to finally get some of these people who click, put them behind bars. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see some.
Well, then we already arrested a mayor now, and we've arrested a judge.
Yeah, they're just gonna let them go, though. That's the thing. I mean, they need to get some of these people who've been stealing. Boy, they've been on the Chelsea Clinton thing. Have you seen that? She got like an $18 billion or $1 million grant for.
Yeah, she got 8 and 10. 10 of it she used for her wedding,
Yeah,
her house, and the other 8 for the wedding.
yeah.
Between the wedding and the house, she got 18 million.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. President Trump's is intending to try, I don't know how he's going to do it, but is intending to try to cut 30 to 80% off of prescription drug prices.
Well, the way that it works is Americans subsidize drug costs for the rest of the world. And so what he is passing with this executive order is that Americans can pay no more than the lowest price of any other country that they're paying. So they're either going to have to raise them all up and equal, or they're going to lose a lot of money. So I'm sure that we won't save 80%, but we might save 30%.
Right.
Because they'll just have to make it affordable for everybody in the world rather than just in the world versus the United States.
Well, it could be,
Problem right
different
now-
drugs will be different
Well, the big problem
prices.
right now is you got Medicare and Medicaid and all that's negotiated and contractual, so they got to get all that worked out. But anyway, it should drive prices down. And people like Elizabeth Warren will be screaming because
She gets some money, a lot of kickback. All right.
They were talking about-
Cosmos. What? Go ahead.
They were talking about, well, but their drugs are made in other countries, and we don't know how good they are.
No,
The drugs we get here are not made in this country.
the drugs that we're talking about are the same drugs
Right.
manufactured for the rest of the world in the same facilities. It's just that we get charged.
Well, but the drugs that we get here aren't made in this country. A lot of
Well,
the
some
drugs
of
here.
them are, some of them aren't.
A
China
lot,
makes a lot
yeah.
of our drugs.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
the same people that sent us the drywall with the asbestos in it, the baby formula with the poison. But why would you trust anything coming from China? Especially like drugs.
I agree. All right. Let's see what time we got. 13. We got a couple minutes here. Have you guys heard this? Junior Alvarado. You know who he is, first of all. He's got won the Kentucky Derby, the jockey.
Oh,
Short guy?
Yeah, short guy. Right. Very good. Very good.
So he was the little person on the horse that
yes,
won?
the jockey.
Because the horse done the work.
Yes. Well, with Junior's help.
Yeah.
Because Junior just got a fine for $60,000 for whipping the horse too much in the race. I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't either.
Yeah, $60,000 fine for Junebug.
What do they do? They only have so many whips that they can do?
I guess. I
Is
didn't
it-
know.
Does the
it-
horse get the money?
Yeah.
Per
Yeah, the horse only
snaps
gets
per
the money.
yardage?
Yeah.
I never heard of that before. Zelensky and Putin to meet in Istanbul. Jeez.
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Thank you.
Turkey.
It's too early.
That's the word that
Turkey.
actually is pronounced
Say
like it
pimento.
looks.
Istanbul. There we go. Oh, they're just full of bull anyhow. All right. Let's see here. What else do I have? Nothing right at the moment. We'll take a break and we'll be back. We're going to talk guns.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse. The best fries in town.
Forget the clown princes of basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters. There's a new all-star, family-friendly comedy polo team taking the sporting entertainment world by storm. The Equine Trots.
Bringing their highfalutin, high-kicking, mallet-swinging, horsey hijinks to an equestrian center near you.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Made up stories just like these.
As well as real news about what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
On the Murphy Report. News the way it's meant to be delivered.
In less than 30 minutes, or it's free.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
Amanda, my buddy Sam was recently tossed from his own horsey all the way across the arena, landed in a soft bale of hay right next to another horse that was already asleep.
Oh my, that sounds dangerous. What's his condition?
Stable.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
If it was actually real, so.
Hey, we're back. All right, we got Mike and Troy. No, I'm kidding. Nathan Hilton with us today.
Troy, yeah.
Yeah, I was just
How you
saying,
doing, Troy?
Is there like a famous Troy
I'm
Hilton?
sorry, but Paris is who we were expecting.
Yeah, I've gotten that before.
You guys any relation to Paris Hilton?
If we were, it would just be financial.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Connection is working today. Okay, Matt Beamer. You're a smart ass. We know. All right. Hopefully you're doing well, Matt. All right. We got Mike and Nathan, had to look again, from Forest Firearms, and they're located Centerville, right?
Yeah.
Does Centerville claim you? Because you're right on the border with what?
We're right on the border with Kettering.
And Bellbrook's not that far
Bellbrook.
away.
Yeah, we're kind of right in the corner there.
He hooked me up with a beautiful gun the other day. And I tell you what, first of all, before we get into my stuff, just tell everybody what all do you offer? How can they find you? You might want to put your contact information too in there.
Yeah, I can't put the website. They'll yank it off.
Really?
I commented a website once on here on one of your shows, and it disappeared.
Really?
Yeah, because it says firearm in the website.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could put fire asterisk MS or something. There you go.
Basically, we have a firearms store, and our storefront is online, so that's a little different for some people. We run the business out of an office in our home. We do work on guns, clean guns, do upgrades to guns, inspect guns, all right there in the office. So if you've got an old family heirloom, you're not sure if you can shoot it, if it's going to damage it, or if it's already damaged or something and you don't want to get hurt, we gladly tear them down, clean them, inspect them, do all that stuff. So basically, if you need any work done, just let us, just contact us. It's 937-901-6579. I'll comment.
Yeah, put that phone number in
I'll
there.
comment that in the comments here in a second. But we also have a website, and it's forestfirearmsllc.com. It's Forest spelled with 2 R's, which a lot of people says it's spelt, but it's not. Forest is in the woods and trees. It's Forest is in my father's name.
There you go.
Nathan actually named the company, and I liked what he came up with, so that's what we did.
Oh,
So-
I get the alliteration helps me remember it. The
Yeah.
FF, Forest Firearms.
So it's Forest Firearms with 2 R's and Forest and LLC.com. So
And you'll even help train people like me that don't know how to do it very well, shooting.
we can work with anybody that's just let us know what your needs are. We can work with you. We can take you shooting if we go to the range or something like that. We can go definitely anybody that comes to pick up a firearm that wants to know a little bit about safety or something before they leave with it or they're unfamiliar with it. We will hit real hard on those topics before you even leave with the weapon. So That's your choice. Obviously, we're not going to force you to do that. But
it's available.
It's something that, we want people to be safe, not only in their day-to-day life, but we want you to be safe with yourself handling a firearm too. So,
because everybody makes mistakes, even out at the Ohio Gun Collectors convention out there at Roberts thing last
yeah, you
time.
were telling me that got shut down because somebody had a negligent discharge.
It's no longer, and it was a dealer.
Yeah.
The dealer had, he shot himself in the butt, and it went through and hit somebody else.
Complacency.
Yeah, it hit somebody else. Well, and I take it, my respect for firearms is great because I don't know a whole lot about them, so the respect is there. But I assume, like you carry, right? If you're around them all the time, it's not as big a deal. You know what I'm saying? It is, but it's it should be. I agree, but
the key is keeping the same amount of respect for the weapon and not getting complacent, because that's when negligence happens and people get hurt. But
there's a reason why there's basic rules like not pointing it at anything you don't want to destroy.
Yeah.
If you
far I pointed mine at everybody today.
Oh yeah.
Corey and Nathan, smart ass.
It's true. It's true.
But it's unloaded, so it's all right. It's all right.
No, you don't want to. You want to consider every gun just like it's loaded when you handle it.
Yeah.
That way you don't get complacent, saying, "Oh, well,
You want to go over the basics of gun safety, since we're talking about it?
Always keep your finger off the trigger. Don't point it at anything you're not willing to destroy. There's some range rules. Always keep it pointed down range, or down if there's no safe direction.
Then every gun's loaded until you've proved otherwise. Don't
Unless you've got
clean or work on guns if you got ammo on the same bench. I mean, just get it out of the area. It's simple stuff, but it's basic rules that if you don't follow them, somebody can get hurt or get killed. So.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, happens all the time.
Morning, Joe.
Doesn't it? Oh, Joe on there?
Yeah, Mr. Holdren's on there.
Mine's I gotta push it down and let's see. I got Vicky Kendall. I got Matt Beamer. He's the last one I got. I'm going to go out and come back in.
You're behind, man.
I am. Well, that happens doing this,
It does.
All right. Now I don't have any comments.
Me either. I just did the same thing you did, so.
Oh, there they are. They're back. There's Joe Holdren. I got your phone number on there. Yeah, that is scary. Angie Scheller, how you doing? She shoot herself in the butt and shoot somebody else. I mean, that's scary. But that's too bad because there's going to be a lot of money there lost for Roberts and all the people you set up. I mean, I'm sure they'll find something.
Well, and there's a lot of a lot of the flea markets around Southern Ohio, Southwestern Ohio. Some of them still may, but a lot of them had small rooms you can go into if you were of age, and they bought and sold guns. And
Caesar Creek has a separate building, I think, behind there now. Right? Have you been to it yet?
It's been a long time. I have not been to that.
Yeah, they've got a separate building. I tell you where we see a lot of guns is when we go down to that one. If you're ever just looking to try to buy or you want to sell something you've been stuck with for a while.
That's the one down by Chillicothe.
No, the one on the other side. Yeah, it's between Waverly and Portsmouth. Route 23 southbound. Jerry, you ever go to that flea market?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. The first time we went there, I bet you there's 150, 200 guns laying out for sale. If anything from pistols to, not Uzis, but it seemed like big guns. Put it that way, a lot of shotguns, a lot of. They had the AR-15s and. Now, can you sell anything?
I can sell anything except for NFA items like suppressors or full autos or short barrel rifles. That's an extra.
AOWs.
That's an extra licensing and scrutiny by the ATF that I don't want to deal with at this time.
What's a suppressor?
Commonly known as a silencer.
Oh, silencer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why would you need a silencer? That's the thing.
It means you can shoot without hearing protection.
Oh, for hearing.
It also
okay.
helps reduce. It reduces the recoil on some rifles. It's really useful for varmint shooting.
Never thought about
I mean, my buddy hunts with
hearing
one
part.
all the time.
Yeah.
So
No, I just, you think silencer, you automatically think the movies.
Yeah, you think of
Well,
John
and
Wick,
that's-
and it's not that quiet either. It's
that's
not
the
even
biggest
useful for
problem
that.
is Hollywood. Hollywood has ruined it for us because that's why it's under the NFA is
Yeah.
because of Hollywood. Everybody sees Hollywood, and anybody with a silencer in a movie is a assassin
Up to no good.
or
yeah.
something. So yeah, thank Hollywood for that. And they just ran a bill through committee, and Republicans actually shut it down to remove suppressors from the NFA Act as a extra scrutinized item, so to speak. They're trying to get it away from the $200 tax stamp and all that, so you could buy it just as a firearm accessory, just like every other firearm accessory.
Get one in the mail.
Like a holster.
It's not regulated.
Yeah, then it needs, because it doesn't need to be regulated, in my personal opinion.
Well,
a
and
lot
I
of
never even
opinions,
thought
but-
about that for ear protection.
Well,
That
to
makes-
me, it's
That
a
makes sense, yeah.
it's a safety item for the firearm, is all it is.
But there are some places you can go to get those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
you can order them online. It's just every time you buy one, you got to pay the government $200 in a tax.
A separate
And that's
$200 tax.
Separate
for that.
$200 tax, and you've got to have the whole.
It's a whole
there's-
other
it's a whole
background
process.
check.
There's a whole process before that, and you have to go on a wait list, and it can take months to years on that wait list. depending
Really?
on the circumstances.
The key is they're still trying to push it back into committee, but the Republicans blocked it along with the Democrats out of committee last week to get that removed from that extra scrutiny.
There's proof that no one's on your side.
And now they're trying to work on SBR, getting it removed with a short-barreled rifle, getting it removed from.
What's the issue with that?
Quite frankly, I don't know what their issue is with it.
It's a really old law from the gangster era.
Yeah, they
actually.
say they're easier to conceal.
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
what it originally was is they were trying to ban handguns, and they set up a whole legislature. This was the gangster era, 1920s, 1930s.
Right.
And they were trying to ban handguns and rifles. Now they got rid of the ban on rifles, and they were just barely able to get rid of the ban on handguns. But one of the casualties was that some of the legislation was already in place for the ban on handguns. And some of that was to prevent loopholes, so you couldn't just make a short rifle, right, to get around the ban on handguns. But since that ban on handguns never went through, that just meant that SBRs were banned, so you couldn't have a shortened shotgun or a shortened rifle. And then that just stayed in the law because no one cared. The only thing that ever changed with that law was they changed the regulation on shortened shotguns to where they had it had a slightly different barrel length requirement before it was a short-barreled shotgun, and that's because there were a lot of shotgun collectors and shotgun novelists and that sort of thing who liked their shotguns, but there wasn't really the same call for a short-barreled rifle outside of, people in the military bringing their kit back, but, the law didn't get you if you were in the military and you brought your kit back then.
Okay.
And then this is just a really old law that was meant to follow up another really old law that never even went in, so it's completely
is there
useless.
like a $200 tax on that too?
Well, it was supposed to be preventative. That's why it's $200, because $200 back in 1930, 1940, that was a lot of money. Now it's still a lot of money, but it's a lot less considerably.
Right.
It was supposed to prevent people from buying it back then.
And then it would have been like $1,000 today. Yeah.
Now they just
exactly.
make you wait 2 years before you can get it.
All right. Well,
What's the legal barrel length on a shotgun now?
Shotgun
18.
is 18, rifles 16 inches. Exact, no less.
All right. Well, listen, it's 8:30, so we'll take a little break. We'll come back. I tell you what, I'm learning some stuff this morning. So hopefully you guys are learning some stuff too about guns. If you got any gun questions, feel free to throw them up there. Facebook won't ban you.
As long as I don't post it, it'll be fine.
Where
City
will they
Council
go?
surprisingly votes 4-3, banning citizens from dressing up their puppies.
Mere days before the local kennel club's National Puppy Jamboree.
It's a canine conundrum.
And City Hall has blood on its paws.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Feel-good stories we make up just for you every Monday morning, plus the latest on what's coming to the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio on The Murphy Report.
Your mistrusted name in made-up news.
The Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Amanda, but I dress up both of my dogs, Claire and Wally.
Let me guess. Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope.
Abbott and Costello.
Nope.
Mickey and Minnie.
Ah, close. William Gibbs McAdoo and the first of his 3 wives, Sarah Hazelhurst Fleming.
Of course, the Treasury Secretary under Woodrow Wilson.
And his wife. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. You might want to think twice before putting forth any effort in improving your station in life. Why, being all it's cracked up to be turns out not to be all it's cracked up to be.
just ask the Liberty Bell.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up news you didn't know you needed to know, including all the latest real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in Wilmington, Ohio.
With the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a new news report every Monday morning.
On a somewhat related note, Amanda, in my youth, I was once referred to as all that and a bag of chips.
I imagine nowadays you're referred to as all that and an extra large bag of chips. Fried in lard.
Absolutely. The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
I didn't even realize I threw on my Caesar Creek shirt today. That was yesterday's cruise in. We have a second Sunday of the month, folks. Come on out. Second Sunday of the month, except for September. We don't have one in September. All right. Good morning, fellas. That's right, Debbie Bolin. How you doing? How you doing?
Good morning.
So, Mike, what's your main sales up there? Ammo, guns, holsters. What's the main thing?
Mainly firearms.
Mainly firearms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially transfers.
Rifles
we
or
do.
pistols?
It's a pretty even mix
Is it
between ARs and handguns.
AR? How much is an AR ballpark? Just ballpark.
Ballpark, you can get in the game for $400 to $500 with a decent AR.
Really?
Yeah.
$400 to $500.
Yeah.
And that uses the same ammo as mine, right?
No,
No,
it's the same diameter,
roughly.
roughly the same diameter, but no.
I thought which ones used? Is it a? It's not AK.
Well, it is a 22 caliber, but it's not the same round.
It's not the same round.
No.
You know
So
how,
those won't work.
It has a cartridge that long that's a lot fatter than yours because it has a whole lot more powder behind it.
You know how the Magnum is just a little bit longer in cartridge
Yeah.
length than the 22 long rifle?
Now those are just long rifles, right?
Yeah.
Those are long rifles, so you see how small they are, but they still do lots of damage. And but these now, if I shot myself in the butt, would it go through and hit somebody else?
If it didn't hit bone, it might.
I'm trying to think of what would be the
Rick.
compliment.
That's the smallest thing on me, basically.
I guess the compliment would be if it did go through your ass.
Okay, so it won't go through.
That's a lot of ballistic gel to go through right there.
I'd like to see that
Jerry.
episode of Mythbusters.
But now I got different bullets here, and now these are even. See, this is where it gets confusing. These are called 22 long rifle, and they're short shells, and these are 22 magnums, and they're longer shells, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. The bullets are the same. It's the cartridge, that longer brass or silver bit at the back that has the propellant. And the more propellant you get, the more
Power.
the more potential energy you have that you can put into that. So yeah, the more power you can put into it.
Now, are these the ones that go in and then spread out?
Yeah, these are self-defense. They're
Those are
hollow
hollow
points. These are Hornady's critical defense, is what those are.
Hornadies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
So
So, and you say when we go out and shoot, I should shoot with both.
well,
to get used
You'll
to.
spend most of your time shooting these, but I would get used to these and make sure the gun likes them and functions well with them before I would carry with them. That's
And these
my
are the
rule of
ones I
thumb.
should carry with.
That's what you should carry with if you're going to carry it.
Well, yeah, I think
And you've got a wheel for each one for your guns. So.
right, yeah, and I got all my father's guns after he passed. My favorite is Remington single shot Target
He
Master.
wants to know what a poly choke is.
Also got a 10
You
gauge.
want to take that?
Polychoke.
Does that have anything to do with having sex?
Oh, folks, please.
Depends on your kink, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, well, it says my single shot Target Master. I also got a 10 gauge with a poly choke. What is a poly choke? Sounds like a parrot that's went bad. No, I'm
Look
just
it
kidding.
up real quick.
All right.
Yeah.
Polychoke to me sounds like it's designed to.
I don't know if
It's designed for more than one purpose,
yeah.
but which would probably mean it's designed to have an effective spread with buckshot and an effective spread with birdshot. You don't need to switch it between the two, but I could be completely wrong.
As soon as they said 10 gauge, I was out.
You were out.
Oh,
Yeah.
just means it's a little bigger than.
That's the hardest I've ever been hit with anything with
10 gauge?
10 gauge.
I think I shot a
little bit
12
bigger.
gauge one time. I thought my freaking arm was going to fall off. I wasn't expecting it. They didn't tell me there's a kick. I just shot the stupid thing and I about fell on the ground.
Oh, okay. It's basically just a tunable choke.
That's what.
Yeah, so it's a one size fit all choke that you can adjust for multiple purposes. So I was kind of right, but not entirely.
So,
It's also
So
a
you
brand.
basically got a 10 gauge with an adjustable choke.
Yeah.
I didn't want to misspeak, so we looked it up to make sure. No, 10 gauge is a hard hitting. I mean, a lot of people can't shoot 12 gauges, but 10 gauge, that's nice. You say you got a Remington single shot Target Master.
no, that's a shotgun too, right? What gauge is that?
I'm pretty sure the Target Master's 223.
So
I
what's
could
that
be
mean?
wrong. Just a intermediate rifle cartridge. But
So
I
It
could
Could be
would
wrong.
be
Not as
your
much
standard AR round, basically,
yeah.
Not as much kick.
if it's a 223.
But folks, if you never shot guns, you do need to realize that. Like the gun I have here today, it's just a pistol. It shoots 20. 22s don't kick really, right? They don't. I mean, maybe a little, but yeah, they don't kick.
Seems like somewhere in 22.
But you get into like a 357 Magnum, even like a pistol, that's going to kick. You
Yeah,
get
it's,
into a 12 gauge, 10 gauge. But what about the 22 long rifles don't kick either, right? Yeah.
Not really.
But it's all relative too. I mean, it's like, you told me you couldn't rack a slide on a handgun,
I didn't like it, yeah.
and Nathan told me to be nice and not ask you if you were an adult male.
I am. I'm
So
old though. It's like right now, my knuckles
Arthritis
hurt right
plays
now.
big
Yeah,
in
my
it.
knuckles
Yeah,
hurt right now.
I said this before.
it does.
I had a 22 long rifle that I used to take on the bus from Beaver Creek to downtown Dayton
Yeah.
because they had a range up on the fourth floor of the YMCA downtown, and I'd go down.
Well, that was back in the day, wasn't
I
it?
know, I'd take that rifle on the bus. No one ever looked at me strange, no one ever said anything. I had it just.
Well, no.
Yeah, no doubt. You shoot your ass.
But and police never stopped me. I was walking the street from Dayton,
They're
going
like,
to
just
the-
leave him alone.
But anyway, I'd
Let
go
him
up and
pass.
I'd practice, and then I'd go around town, whatever, get something to eat, and I'd get back on the bus and head back to Beaver Creek. Never had any
No problems.
No, I think you still could do that. I think a large portion of it is that today there are a lot of people that'll go out there just to get a reaction out of people by open carrying. Because there's a difference between like open carrying something reasonable, like maybe you have a basic semi-auto just open on your belt because you didn't feel like, because you don't have a CCW because your state requires it or something. There's a difference between that and carrying a fully kitted out AR across your chest and going to a subway. Which,
but for the most part, whenever I see anybody that has any kind of a weapon on them, I always feel better. I
Yeah.
have protection right there. I'm not carrying, so if they're carrying, if anything happens, I know who's going to
Yeah.
be right there on the spot.
When I went to high school, it wasn't nothing. Pickup trucks with a shotgun and rifle up in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Up back glass. And the truck wasn't locked either. It's open. Anybody can get if they want to. Yeah. And I can
Different
remember that.
times. It's like
Different
today.
times.
Like today, you're not going to carry one on an RTA because there's no weapons allowed on RTA. Not if you're abiding by the laws and the rules.
Yeah.
Not even in a case to take it to the gun range. You're not going to.
Vicky says
it there.
10 gauge will put you on your butt.
Oh yeah, it will.
Particularly if you're a woman.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah.
Vicky, you're a woman.
Now, if you're a Charlie Hargrave, definitely,
It's true.
definitely.
It's not going to put me on my butt just because I'm fat. I'll be able to hold that up.
Well, you got something to land on.
Well, right now you're complaining about your hands. You'll be complaining about something else if you try and shoot a 10 gauge.
Well, your shoulder, Terry. Well, I tell you, and I will say
Charlie,
this.
What were you talking about that you said something about Uranus and it was Venus? It wasn't
Yeah,
Uranus.
it was
You
Venus.
got the
You're
wrong
right.
planet, Charlie.
You know what?
Because you have this obsession.
I'm
His
glad
mind
you
was in
said
another
that.
I
place.
say it was probably
Yeah.
on purpose.
I'm glad you said that because I forgot to mention that. Cosmos did land this weekend, and I thought it was going to Uranus. Because Rick, he likes things going to Uranus. So
It's not going to
we
a gas
went to
giant.
Venus,
Nothing to
and
land on.
it didn't make it to Venus either, but it came back and did land in the Indian Ocean. So it didn't hurt anybody except,
So it came back.
yeah, it crashed in the Indian Ocean Saturday.
Poor sea turtles.
Well, and they didn't know where it was going to crash at.
Well, of course, it's not like a controlled crash.
Yeah, they had no clue.
These things are.
Think about how bad that could have been. Ooh.
Why did
Well,
it
they-
come back?
They always put them in the water.
Why did it come back? If it was,
Its mission had run out.
Well, what happens is obviously the drag of the atmosphere occasionally will bring certain satellites down.
I thought it was supposed to go to Venus.
But it was, it didn't make it. I think it hit a guardrail or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, those darn flight computers falling asleep at the wheel.
Oh, we got another one in there. Did you catch that?
Sorry, I don't think anyone heard that joke before.
I laughed.
I don't think they heard that
thought it was
story before we went on the air.
Things
Keep
happen.
it quiet.
Things happen.
We'll keep that quiet.
Yeah.
We won't throw you completely under the bus.
This is something you don't want people like Newport to hear about.
That's right. Exactly.
Not unless you're calling him saying, "Hey, somebody hit my car out of my house last night."
That's what you need to do. There you go.
I don't know what the hell I could find to match up to
Big
those kind of
silver
marks.
deer.
Well, speaking of Chris Newport,
Concrete truck.
Yeah,
he will be on next Monday, him and Tay.
Yeah.
So Chris Newport next Monday. Tomorrow we got Clinton Becker. Wednesday we are open right at the moment. Thursday we got the mysterious Chris Robinson, we think.
Thursday,
Thursday.
he's coming in with the Fayette County.
He's coming in.
Falls.
That's the only day he said come with the Fayette County connection.
All right.
Then Bill Lehrman's coming in Friday, but Bill,
Who's he bringing?
he's not going to bring Marty because Marty can't make it this week, but he's going to make it, I think, the next Friday.
All right.
So Marty Bogard will be in here. I think that's the 23rd. I left my stupid calendar at home. I think I left it in the Bluesmobile, so that's why I'm kind of struggling, huh?
You're naked.
Yeah, I am without my calendar.
Oh, God, that's scary thought.
Yeah, it is. That is real scary.
Yeah, I'll stop looking at you now.
Just
Yeah.
let you know, Saturday, I just like to remind everybody, because they've been a guest on the show, Ryan Briggs and his card, baseball card, sports card, Pokemon card, toy show will be out at the Clinton County Fairgrounds. It's 10 to 3. Usually we're all out there about 2, so... But if you like baseball cards and that kind of stuff, bring them out, sell them, trade them. I'll have some junk out there. Bring it out. I got to look through some of my stuff, figure out what I'm going to take out there. Other things going on, weather permitting. Tuesday night, we got Chubby's Pizza. Yeah, Chubby's Pizza Tuesday night. Thursday night, we got fresh pizza and cream, 4 to 7. And I tell you, folks,
Was that Joe's place?
Joe's, where Joe does that little show with me on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Across from across from IGA.
Okay.
So if you guys ever want to come down there sometime, it's fine. Rick came in one night. I thought he was going to come back last week, but he didn't.
That's in Sabina.
I keep inviting Jerry, but Jerry just snubs me.
Something always
Well, he
happens.
just said that he was negotiating, you weren't paying enough money.
Oh, what is that? Let's talk about that then. There you go. Like, we might have to have a tariff trade deal here, right here. Anyhow, it is time to take a break, so we'll be back. Oh,
Donuts. Getting a makeover and a name change.
It's every baker's nightmare. Buckling to the snowflake social media pressure, America's tasty glazed treats will now be known as doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Why wait for real news when you can get all the made-up news you need?
Along with the facts about Ohio's hometown theater, the Murphy.
On the Murphy Report. Find us on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel with a brand new report every Monday morning.
I have tried so hard to cut back on my daily doughy, emotionally compromised yeast rings intake.
Really, Steve? No one has noticed. And I mean no one.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, the perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com, or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Local museum presenting workshops on aging, yet they won't offer a senior citizens discount.
pass the cottage cheese and applesauce. It's time to stop the irony.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made up stories we'll get to the bottom of.
And some stories we're on top of, if that's your preference. In-depth, behind-the-scenes coverage.
Can only be found on The Murphy Report. Visit us at themurphytheater.org and our own YouTube channel with a new report every Monday morning.
Hey, Amanda, speaking of old, did you know that I recently celebrated a birthday?
I did, Steve. Who do you think called the fire truck when we lit up the cake? Did you make a wish before you hosed down all those candles?
I did. I wished only good fortune for all of my coworkers.
And yet you're still here.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
Mind if I borrow one of these? See the
Let's get
rim between the bullet and the brass casing here?
Let's
Now
get
on that
personal.
Magnum, that rim goes
Some
out
days,
just a little
5
bit
days.
further.
It'll start
and so
sometime
when that
this
goes
month.
into the longer
Check it out.
cylinder,
Because it's going. So
that
yeah,
means
that's
that
the hold
that
up.
rim's further
The
up.
waiting
Right.
on
And
the
when you
fiber
fire,
to
that
kick in.
creates
Today,
one
the
wear with
internet
the,
connection's
the
not
rim
too
of the
bad,
bullet.
but
That's what.
It can
that
make it hard
shows
to
you're
get.
definitely going to need fiber.
If you shoot a lot of these out of the Magnum,
All right, now
wheel,
wait a second. Stop. Stop
It'll
talking.
create that
Stop.
buildup,
Stop.
and then you can't
Stop.
load those.
Stop.
If you were shooting shorts.
Stop. Listen, Jerry, start over. Ask your question again so everybody can hear the answers.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. It's important. Go ahead.
Oh, I was talking about if I know people that just use the short, and I was asking about if you needed to change the cylinder, to a different one for specifically for short. I didn't know they made one for.
Well, between the
shorts or
short
not.
and long.
But because I know if you're trying to shoot a short in a Magnum cylinder, you're gonna wear it, and
you're going to wear out the step where the cartridge ends.
right,
Is what. So it's you can
But it
shoot
breaks
it out of it, but I wouldn't
No.
recommend it.
Right.
It's not. It's
bit like
not
glasses.
healthy for the Magnum.
so there isn't
But
any,
it'll work in a pinch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going to shoot shorts, just go with a long rifle cylinder
Just get the proper. That's what you should do.
because they don't
in
make
general.
one for a short.
No.
Okay.
Well, they make a.
Well,
Yeah.
they do make.
There's two cylinders there. There's one for the short and there's one for the long. They just don't make one for that's good for both.
Well,
without
the
having
other
that
thing
issue.
is there is a 22 short and a 22 long rifle and a
Right.
22 Magnum.
What's
So
the
the-
difference between the 22 short?
It's shorter.
It's shorter.
It's
Than
a little,
this?
Yeah.
It's a little short shell.
It's like
It's
a little. It's real quiet too.
Really?
I fired one before.
It's not a very common round, to be honest.
That's for professionals.
People shoot rats with them.
Not
With
me.
silencers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's for professionals, Charlie.
That's not what they call it. What did you call it earlier? Muffler, or what is it?
That's
Yeah.
A suppressor.
That's the biggest thing I've
Silencer is
seen.
actually the branded term. So you can call it a silencer even if the contrarians want to say you're wrong at every chance they get. But suppressor is the term everyone uses because they want to sound smart. And so they say, oh, no, it's a suppressor because that's the broad term
Okay.
or whatever when you're not talking about just the brand. Either works.
It's more the other way around. Like Silencer Code calls it cat because more people think it's a silencer than a suppressor. Like he didn't know what the heck a suppressor was.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
said it's a silencer.
I know what that is. Silence.
I'm just saying that there's plenty of people on the internet that'll say you're wrong just because there's some
There's people
mild
that'll
semantic
fight you
thing.
to the death on the internet for anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
But-
That is true. We
Yeah.
run into that all the time. Where
Yeah.
that's not one word, that's two words, or that's one word, not two words. You know. It's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
who cares?
Talking about the length of the shell, I know the difference in a judge and a public defender. Public defender. The public defender is a 2.5 inch, and the regular judge is a 3.
Yeah.
And they do not recommend you use the ammunition for the public defender with 2.5 in the judge itself because of the
Yeah.
difference. But my God, you can't find those 2.5 inch. Can you guys get those? The 2.5 inch?
The
Shells?
410s,
Yeah.
410s and 2.5
410,
inch.
2.5.
We can look, see if we can get them.
Because man,
He can look next
you
break.
go to all these places and they say nope, can't get them. We're sold out or can't get them. And
Really?
yeah,
What's the big deal about those?
I don't know.
Just not usually produced. It's not put into circulation.
Well, and most
It's
of
not a
them
common.
is a self-defense load when you get them, and they're ugly.
Yeah, because ammunition production lines are more like putting money into circulation. They don't produce all of them at the same time at a steady rate. They produce 1 or 2 or 3 types of ammo out of a factory for a while. Like the very common ones, so, your 9mm, your 223 and stuff, and then occasionally they'll repurpose one of those lines for a rarer round that's starting to the lower on the circulation.
Okay.
And then they'll sell that for a little bit, and then they'll move back to producing something else once the market says that's what it wants. And that's why really old ammo that's not very common is incredibly expensive nowadays because no one's producing it anymore. I know one that's starting to go up right now is actually 30-06. Because for a while there was so much surplus 30-06 around that no one was making it anymore, except for specialized ammunition and specialized loads, and so no one was producing just bog standard ball 30-06, and then they started running out of surplus. They'd actually used all of the surplus in the last 60, 70 years of 30-06 being the most common rifle caliber for ages that. There just wasn't any around, and so now we're starting to see some more ball 30-06 get produced because it's actually become something people want to buy.
So 30-06, is that, I assume that's smaller than 12 gauge, 10 gauge, and all
Well,
that?
it's
a
not a
rifle
shotgun;
round.
it's a rifle
high
round.
power. It's a high power.
rifle.
High-powered rifle round.
Okay, so we have pistols, rifles, and shotguns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else I'm missing there?
Cannons.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Auto
That's pretty
cannons,
much-
those are fun.
Those are your three.
don't sell
Those
any
are your
cannons,
three
do you?
major.
Don't need to sell a cannon; you can make one. It's legal.
he scares me.
No, it's
Anyhow,
true.
I mean, what's the biggest gun you
Printing,
sell?
Charlie.
What's the biggest gun you
The
sell?
biggest gun I sell is Barrett 50 cal.
50 cal will go through some.
Now, when you say 50 caliber, why am I thinking machine gun?
Because that's what
it
a
is.
lot of the older shot machine guns.
Yeah.
Big, large
They are
caliber
50.
machine guns are
So
50
that's where you
cal.
see them like holding the bullets out here and rolling them through like that.
Sometimes, because
Yeah.
what you're probably thinking of is probably like stuff going
thinking
into
of the-
planes and helicopters.
Well,
Because that's usually either 308 and
Yeah.
going into a minigun, or it's an autocannon round, which is even bigger. That's like 20 mil.
or like Star Wars.
A lot of the newer military full auto Gatling guns and stuff don't shoot 50 cal. They shoot,
They
all,
shoot
there's
three
a,
away.
they got a plethora of rounds that they shoot now.
They got what?
Plethora.
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 A lot.
Yeah.
Plethora
Of different rounds.
Okay.
Like
Scared me there.
it's actually
Yeah, it was too big of a word for me to pronounce.
No, you're all
That's
right.
the
I had a problem with that guy earlier.
Yeah, we saw that.
Plethora. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I
So
had a Charlie moment.
He's talking about the
okay.
shortage of.
I'll buy something from you. Now he razzes me. All right.
I
never
raised
shuts up.
everybody.
I'm going to say,
few years back-
This time. Last time you were kind of in your shell a little bit.
No, you just couldn't hear me.
What's that, Jerry?
A few years back, there was a shortage on 22 cartridges. You couldn't buy 22.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, back when times got real tough, like COVID and stuff like that, they'll shut every line down to make, the
9
most
mil.
common, which is 9 mil or 5.56, 223. Those are the two highest sales rounds out there. So when it's hard to get ammo, they'll shut lines down, and that's what those lines will produce.
Yeah.
They'll switch them over. They'll retool them and make them.
556, 223. What's the difference between the two? Which one's got the most? The 556 got the most kick to it, or
long answer, short answer.
short answer?
Same round, different cartridge. Cartridge is just barely different. You can
Okay.
shoot 223 out of 556, but
Right,
you
I've
can't
got-
shoot 556
yeah.
out of 223.
Yeah, because that's what I got at 556,
Yeah.
223. What is that, a Ruger?
It's all four to me, Rick.
Yeah.
Always
Well,
5.56, 223.
223 was a Remington round originally.
If you want to shoot either or, buy one designated for 5.56 NATO. It'll shoot either or.
UN round though.
Yeah.
I got a dumb question for
Or you can get a 223 Wild, which is actually a barrel and chamber that they designed to shoot both of them. You see 223 Wild, it's not an actual cartridge, it's an actual chamber that they designed to shoot both of them without you having to worry about buying a 5.56 barrel.
You always want to be able to pick up some extra ammunition, Charlie, when they come for us.
Well, this is all I have right now. Well, I got two more. I got what? 300 rounds right now.
You'll never shoot 30 unless you go out and target
Well, we're going to
practice.
go out and shoot someday. We're going to do it today, but the rain, yeah. Yeah, I know. I want to. I want to.
How effective are those?
I want to get comfortable with
They
it.
advertise those devices that you can practice without actually using ammunition. How effective?
Anything you can do to shoot that doesn't cost you money, but has you actually working the trigger and going through the motions with the gun, I highly recommend it. Dry fire training is free.
But I didn't think you're supposed to dry fire some of these.
Depends.
Depends on the weapon. 99% of all the new guns out there, you can dry fire them all day long. You're not going to hurt them.
I know my. Yeah.
If it will hurt it, don't buy it.
Well, and bows, I know you can't. You're never supposed to dry fire a bow.
No, you don't dry fire a bow.
Yeah.
You do once.
Do you do any? Bow and arrow stuff, or is it all firearms?
We do have some archery stuff.
Archery, yeah. There you go. That's the word.
Crossbows and stuff like that available. Depends on what the distributor has in their warehouse at the time. But we do have quite a bit of crossbow
Crossbows,
selection.
Is that the one where you shoot?
Oh, that's a serious question. I'm sorry. That's the one where
Sorry, I locked up.
where you hold it like a gun and the bow is.
Don't
up
you
here.
shoot it too?
You shoot
Well,
both.
you shoot both.
He's meaning with
One's got a trigger, one doesn't.
Yeah,
one's
with
got
the
a trigger,
Yeah, that's what I'm
one's
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie
So
Well,
locked up
technically,
down
both
on the end.
can have a trigger, but
I mean, I know the one you pull back like this. I got that.
yeah.
But I've never shot. I've shot those plenty of times. Well,
Storms possible Thursday.
I've never,
Severe storms possible.
Oh man, I've never shot the one you hold like a gun, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
A lot of people with
guys
bad
make me feel
backs
super
or especially like bad shoulders. I've got both. So there's sometimes I can't hunt with my compound bow. So I've got
But you can hunt with both.
I've got a nice crossbow I hunt
he's
with.
got a nice $1,000 crossbow.
Yeah.
Dang.
My son, my brother, and my good friend all went in and got me a Christmas present. Not this Christmas, but the Christmas before, right after my major back surgery. so
Yeah.
that I could
So he
have
could
something
look
to
at
hunt
it.
with it.
So he could look
So
at
I
it
could
while he's
stare
recovering
at it for a year before I could use it.
I
But
take it you haven't made it out yet.
no, I got out with it.
Okay.
I didn't get a deer with it this year. I got deer the bonus weekend, what I call the bonus weekend of gun season.
All right. Well, it is time to take a break.
Let's take a break.
I do have games, so since your son's here, we got to play the game, keep him happy.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sorry, yeah.
Waiting for that, Charlie.
Forgot Gen Z or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Just one quick thing. If you're looking for something and you don't find it on my website, give me a call because my website is linked to one distributor and I have 8. So just because it's not on the website doesn't mean I can't get it for you and get you at a good price.
And we're still going to talk guns. The next segment will only be about 15, 20 minutes, then we'll get back to guns.
We can guess some celebrity birthdays or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Labor analysts have done the math. If God used union workers to create the world, just how long would it take?
6 days and a day of rest? Hardly. Experts say we might still be under construction, but at least we'd be on more solid ground.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Made-up stories just like these are what we're about on The Murphy Report, with a new report every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
Plus all the real news about what's coming to the Murphy Theater.
Ohio's hometown theater in the heart of downtown Wilmington.
Hosted by veteran anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone. It's news you might lose. But if you do, we'll find it, we'll pick it up, we'll roll it up, and we'll stick it back in your front screen door.
That sounds more like a newspaper, Steve.
This isn't a newspaper?
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us. City officials forcing a local beloved mascot to step down.
why poor timing and inappropriate behavior doomed a pantless Wilson the Weasel following his drunken performance at the late Judge Garrett's funeral.
There was nothing routine about this routine.
A story we are dedicated to getting to the bottom of.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett. These made-up stories and the latest real news from the Murphy Theater are what you've come to expect from us.
On The Murphy Report, with a new report posted every Monday morning on our Murphy Theater website and our Murphy Theater YouTube channel.
Full minute-to-minute coverage all 21 hours a day.
With veteran news anchors Vanessa Del Rey and Breck Stone.
Amanda, I have to say Vanessa and Breck are just about the 2 finest anchors in the business.
For once, you're absolutely right, Steve.
I think the Titanic could have learned a thing or two from these 2 giants in their field.
What am I missing here?
Anchors.
The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
It's news to us.
Buddy I was hunting with,
Game on. Play.
he
the
thought he'd be
game
cute and shoot
tonight.
behind me, and there was
Come and watch our
on.
new talk show. Once we get to
Ricochet,
Fiber,
yes,
what's our new
Fiber
game
Wrestling.
show?
pattern he wasn't thinking.
It'll be
We were
fun.
I'm
kids.
gonna test some of that.
And
I was gonna test it this afternoon. but
got some buckshot in my back of my leg.
Well, it starts at about 11:15, but we usually just go out after this.
Here, go
All
back.
right, we are back. And just
Go
let
to
you know, I
ammo.
do have some information here. You can't see it, but I'll
You
hold
can say
it
go
up
to ammo.
anyhow.
You don't have to.
Tough
No,
Pro
I'll go to filter.
Wrestling.
Filters,
Actually, I guess I should say wrestling.
caliber.
Because this is going to be out at the Cedar Creek Flea Market, May 24th, May 25th. Tough Mania will be there. Bell times 1 o'clock each day. Entry fee is a whopping
Now,
$2.
Go
$2.
Hold on a
Which
second.
includes the event and flea market entrance, with over 100 indoor outdoor vendors. There you go. Tough
You're
Pro
still-
Wrestling Memorial
Let me
Day
show you how to use a
weekend.
filter.
Doesn't say who's going to be the stars in it.
Who'd you
but
have make your website
I see a
again?
bunch of guys there. So,
A professional.
what are you guys
company.
looking
A
up?
professional company.
We're looking up 410 ammo for Charlie here.
For Charlie, I don't need any 410 ammo. All right, we got some birthdays
the other-
local from the weekend.
Yeah, the
Papa
Charlie.
Smurf over here.
Oh,
There you
Papa
go.
Smurf. Damn, he's on you, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Jerry's
go.
my favorite one so far.
Chris Miller is his birthday on Saturday. Diana Miller,
Now, is
happy
it,
birthday. Gavin Smiley
okay, so now we're
Moyer,
gonna
his
go
birthday
to-
Saturday. Art Huffman was his birthday Saturday. Yep. Sunday, we have Kathy
See
Stone,
if they have links.
Norm Vandermark,
they
and Mike Williams. Today, Kyle Brown's 37. He's the only one I have an age for. Tim Hennison, his birthday today. Chelsea Red Burge, her birthday today. Mike Miller, I know Mike, he's 61 or 2. Glenn Rankin, his birthday today. Bruce Collins, Kathy Stevens, Lisa Bouchal, Gail Burnett, Jeff Wright, and Sue Hankins Leverton.
Is it 2.5 or is it 2.25?
One thing I did forget today,
2.5,
well,
2.5.
the word of the
There
day.
you go.
The
This is a
word of the
really
day
big
is
box.
clandestine.
Yeah.
Meaning
whole
kept secret
5.
or done secretively.
That's
So did you get
25
that?
rounds.
Yeah, I'm messing with them.
The Epstein list, clandestine. All right, guys, ready for birthdays? Here we go.
Oh, no.
First one is Gabrielle Byrne. She was in The Man in the Iron Mask and End of Days. She's an older actor. I'm giving you a little hint there.
Older for you? Or are you
Yes.
saying that for me?
No, for me.
You mean actress?
Actress, yeah. They
Well, I
can
don't
call
know.
women, can
HRT
be
has
actors.
advanced.
Well, you said older, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that
Older
it's
actress.
not new wave.
What you got?
We're guessing year?
Yeah, how old?
Oh, how old?
Age.
77.
77 is high, but it's in the ballpark.
70.
Bracketed.
72.
72 to 77. Bracketed, Jerry.
75.
75. Ding, 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 ding. Bruce Boxleitner. How old's Bruce Box? He was in the Scarecrow, Mrs. King, and also the Tron series.
He's old.
Don't look at me with the Tron. Tron's not Troy.
I said Tron. Tron.
I get that.
83, too high.
What do you rate, Jerry?
Hmm?
What do you rate?
Writing down.
You're writing down all this gobbledygook.
Go ahead.
Are you preparing for a war?
60.
60, higher than that. In between 60 and 83. Almost right in the middle, sort of.
In the 70s.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say 79.
79, lower.
Okay.
Lower than 79.
68.
Higher than 68.
It's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying
He
attention.
wasn't paying attention.
72.
Higher than 72.
73.
Higher than 73.
74.
Higher than 74.
Jesus.
Why don't
No,
you just
Charlie,
tell us?
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 75. There we go. All right, Ving Rhames, or Rames. How do you pronounce his last name? Rhames. Ving Rhames. Rames.
All right.
Big black guy. He was the black Kojak when Kojak came back. Plus,
Kojak was black?
Yep, he was, well, the second round. He was also in the Mission
Then
Impossible
Ray.
series. You guys know, bald,
61.
I'm going to say 68.
61 and 68, you guys bracketed it.
63.
Higher than 63.
There you go, Nathan.
63 to 68.
67.
Just a little bit high.
66.
66. There you go. Emilio Estevez. You guys should get this. He's from Dayton.
He's like 110, ain't he?
Yeah, no, not 110.
111.
Yeah, Estevez.
What you got?
58.
58 higher.
64.
Oh, bracketed.
62.
62. Ding, 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 ding. Here we go. American Pie star Jason Biggs.
Oh, and he's the one who played the guy in American Pie? Like the main character?
No,
Okay.
he's the
He's the dad?
no, he's brunette. He was one of that guy's friends. He was one of Stifler's friends.
All right, so he's 49.
49 is very close, but that's not it. That's high.
47.
47, that's right. All right. Do 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 do. Give me some lovin'. Give me some lovin'. Steve Winwood. How old is Steve Winwood today?
Ooh, 73.
Ooh, higher, but in the ballpark.
79.
Bracketed.
75.
Bracketed between 75 and 79.
77.
There we go. Ding, 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 ding,
There you
ding.
go.
Here we go. All right. Billy Squire. Stroke me, stroke me.
Squire.
Wow.
Oh, don't tell me you don't know who Billy Squire is, young pup.
That brings back some memories.
Stroke me.
Okay, John Silver.
Good music.
It is great music.
64.
Higher.
Yeah, he's 70s.
78.
Lower.
Charlie's
Yeah, he's about 74, 75.
75. There you go. 75 is right. All right, now you guys will have to ask me, but that's always fun on this one. Scott Schwartz. May the
Oh.
Schwartz be with you.
74.
Was it he in Spaceballs?
No. Do you know who Scott Schwartz is?
Not a clue, but I know Schwartz.
Well, ask me. There you go. Who's Scott Schwartz? I'm glad I asked myself.
What did he play?
He is the boy in the Christmas Story.
Oh,
Yeah, the boy.
so he is 110.
No, he's not 110. I actually think Billy Squire in reverse.
Well, that was when was that movie made? 50s, 60s?
No, it was in the 80s.
58.
58 is just a little high.
That must be 57.
57 is right. There you go. Last one. I know, you're welcome. All right. Tony Hawk. Skateboard guy.
51.
Tony Hawk?
51 is low.
Yeah, he's 58.
Just
59.
a little high.
57.
57. There you go.
Sorry, I stole your thunder.
It's all right. And in memory, today we have Katharine Hepburn and Burt Bacharach. Great songwriters. Great songwriter. Yeah, great songwriter, yeah. And then the one, the only, George Carlin. And my final thought today will come from George Carlin.
Those famous 7 words that we don't use.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
going to. I'm not
all
gonna use
7
the
of them,
famous
one
7
sentence.
words. I can look those up if you want me to. All right. Chain connection time. Here we go. And since Nathan is the young squire here, we're going. You know what chain connection is? No. Okay. Well, that's where I'm going to give you a word, and I'm going to give you the first letter of the next word, and you got to figure it out. But you get to
All right.
pick a partner here. You can pick either the evil emperor,
I picked Jerry.
Bear,
Jerry Bear?
Jerry Bear, or Michael. And look at that, Jerry. Everybody picks you.
God.
He's so sweet.
He's got glasses on. Well,
Yeah.
Nathan's.
He's got glasses on. Everybody has glasses on. Okay,
There's
so
a connection, like running into stuff with cars.
so Mike, I will give you the choice. You and Rick can either pick your column or go first.
Say what? Let's go first.
Go
That's
first.
Let them pick the column.
Okay, you guys
Okay.
pick the column, A or B.
A or B.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 2.
Go ahead.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever you want to do.
I don't have a coin. A B.
B.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Choice.
So Rick and Mike's going first. Column A. Shark W.
Shark W.
Jerry already knows it.
I already know it.
Yeah.
Shark World.
Shark World?
Shark Week.
Shark.
Am I not allowed to say it yet?
Don't say out loud when it's their turn.
Oh, I see.
That's all right. We'll take the point.
So what are we going with?
Yeah, Shark Week.
Shark Week is
I see.
correct. Thank your opponents for
I'm
that
throwing already.
That's all right.
one. Week
We're good.
E.
Shades of Bill Learman.
Yep. Week E.
Week E.
Yep. Not like Tiki, but week E.
Week.
Karen Lawwell, how you doing? I think we're going to be seeing you for lunch today. I'm going to be out there. You're going to come too. We're going to have the evil emperor with us today.
Week. Is it our turn still?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's still our
Week
Week
E.
E.
going
And-
until
You
And
go
we got
until you
this
screw
one?
up. Huh?
And week E.
yeah.
Well, now is it week as in WEAK or WEEK?
Week ending.
It's W-E-E-K.
So it is week, like not week as in your week, but week
No.
as in. So weekend.
Is that what weekend? All right, that's right. Yeah, there you go. And T.
Giving it to us anyway.
And T. I would have for
End
the ending.
times.
End times.
End times.
Is that what you want to go with?
Sure.
All right. That was a good one, though. All right, here we go, guys. Ready?
Religious persecution.
We're ready.
Now, do you think that they're that big of a stickler that they judge based on one extra letter?
Lion F.
What? Lion F?
Yeah, this is yours down there. You get the
ours,
answer this
Nathan.
time, Nathan. Lion
I'm not
F.
confused, Jerry.
Line F.
We know you got this. You're going to run the table.
I feel like all the last ones were real easy.
Yeah.
Okay, you pick the column.
Lion
That's
F.
true. That's
Lion
true.
F.
Lion F.
Now, you guys picked the column, so. Yep. Lion F.
Is it lying like the animal or
You-
lying
you-
like telling a
Don't
lie?
help it.
It's
Don't help it.
it's lying
tell
like
them that.
it's lying like
That
the
was
animal.
payback for them helping us.
It's lying like the animal.
Lion
Okay, lion fruit. I'll help you.
F.
It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that simple.
I think somebody said it. I thought I heard somebody just say it over here.
Yeah, I did, but he didn't hear it, so.
I heard it.
That's great.
Hey,
Huh? What'd you say?
It's
What are
only
you
a
thinking?
2-hour show, guys.
Yeah, I think aquarium.
He's trying.
Oh, wow.
Lion fish.
That's not cheating or anything.
Lion fish.
Is that what you got?
Is that our final answer?
I go for it.
Lionfish.
That's right.
Oh, shoot.
Now, we helped you.
I had to give him
That's
one back.
true,
They
that's
gave us
true.
one.
We're even.
Okay.
Hey.
You're
Right.
even. You're on
Fish.
now.
T.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Fish tank? Fish tank?
Fish tank. And
Fishtail?
I don't know. I thought
back to you guys. And
tank was a good answer.
T.
Tank was a good answer.
Now, wait a minute. We get a second letter now.
Oh, and T-A. Sorry.
N-T-A.
Yeah.
I-N? Is
The
it
and.
E-N.
End?
And.
N-T-A.
End? T-A?
Yes. Like the end of a movie. And T-A.
Oh, boy.
Can I buy a vowel?
No. You already did. T-A.
End? T-A. End take?
Is that what you want to go with?
I would go with it.
And take. Is that what you want?
Yeah, go ahead and Ernest.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, guys. Ready?
Yeah.
Fish T-A.
Fish tail?
Fish tail. There you go.
Okay.
Tail B.
You should get this, Jerry.
Tail B.
You don't have guardrail on there, do you?
Tail.
That's funny, though. I don't know if I can work that in or not.
I'm sure you can add it. It's just a pencil.
Tail B.
Tail B.
What you got, Nate?
I
Tail.
keep wanting to say tailboat, but that's just because of how my brain works. Tail.
We'll give you the clock.
He also said you'd get it, so it's probably in reference to the thing that won't be mentioned.
4,
Evil emperors occasionally
Three.
evil lies.
Oh, that's true. Tail.
2, 1.
Get it, Jerry?
Mm-mm.
All right. Here we go. Going on.
Move on, little dog.
Yep. I got to put my glasses back on now. Okay. So you had N T A B.
End table.
End table.
Is that what you want?
Depends on if you're going to say or not.
End table is correct. Table S.
Table. Yes.
Table S. Jerry knows it.
No, Jerry's just saying. He said putting extra pressure on us just to be good to him.
No, you don't do any good if I know
Table
that one.
saw.
Table saw.
Table saw.
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah.
That's a good guess, though.
That is a
All
good
right.
guess.
We'll take the second letter next go around.
Okay. Tail B-O.
Tail B.
Now I
that.
just
I
think
want
it's
that one.
tailboat again.
It's not a tailboat. No.
I know it's not going to be
That doesn't even
tailboat.
make
But
sense. Tail B-O.
None of this shit makes sense, Charlie.
It sure
What are you talking
does.
about?
I just think boat
I mean-
tail. That's not how that works.
Did you think all this up after a long day at the
I
car show?
I wrote it down.
I don't know what the hell he was smoking when he wrote
It's
it.
actually a game off the
You
internet.
may have
Tail.
copied some things down incorrectly.
No.
I can think of something I've broken before.
Tail B.O. Yeah, yeah. Man, I tell you, you guys got to listen. You don't listen.
I've given them like 5 hints on this.
Oh, tailbone.
Tailbone. There you go. All right, this one's definitely perfect for this group.
I had to help myself.
Bone H.
Don't be bonehead.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Is that what we're going with?
You know, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to use it.
Bonehead?
Bonehead is right.
See, you knew him.
Yeah.
You know him
Head.
better than me.
Head. Oh, there's a word. Head S.
Head S.
Head S.
Head S.
Don't say what you're thinking. I know what he's thinking. Head
Head start.
S.
Oh, that's a good one. Head Start. I can't think of a better one. I'm going with that one.
Head Start.
Head Start is correct. For the win. Start O.
Start over?
Yeah.
But it's the end, though. Maybe he's trying to trick us.
You know what's weird? I thought the same
He
thing.
ain't that slick, fellas, and Jerry knows it.
That's a start over. Start.
All right, we want to go with it?
Start off.
Start off. Start over.
Oh, that's
start.
true.
Wow,
Start
there went a
over.
But
wrench.
both of them are
There went a
starts.
wrench
Both of
flying
them are
at you.
beginnings.
I'd say start over.
Start over?
Start over is correct.
Charlie didn't want it to end.
Yeah, I know. I did. No, I was trying to give you guys another chance. Okay, table SA.
And it's not table salt.
It's not table saw, no, but it kind of sounds like it.
Huh. Table salt.
Table salt.
Table salt.
Are we all
Yep.
playing it?
Yeah.
Table salt.
This is it.
Salt.
Now
Salt.
see, that's just some
Salt.
The
still
white stuff.
salt. Why is it table salt?
Well,
It's on the
they're trying to
table.
confuse it.
That's the way they wrote it.
It's
Nate.
not kosher salt.
Salt W.
It's not sea salt.
I love sea
Table
salt.
Salt water.
Salt water is
Yeah.
right. And water F.
Water F.
Waterfall.
Waterfall. There you go. I got
I don't
one.
care who's playing now. I'm just going after all of them.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I got one little question here for you. We all know Vatican City. We all know Vatican City.
Oh, let's not get going
Is-
on the Pope.
no,
I've got
no.
some bad stuff.
No, it's 0.17 square mile. It's the smallest country in the world. What's the second smallest country?
Liechtenstein.
No.
Well, I tried.
Nice guess.
What's the one where all the rich people go and gamble?
Oh, Washington, D.C.
That's not a country.
No,
That's
no,
a district.
in Europe.
I'll give you a hint here in a second. I'll let you try to guess.
It's not Cyprus.
No, it's
The one's 0.17 miles. This one is 0.8 square miles. 0.08 square miles.
Andorra?
you know where they're
No.
the wealthiest of the wealthy.
Starts with an M.
Monaco.
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 I
There
was
you go.
thinking.
There you go.
Little
Good.
help here.
Jerry, Rick got that right away. All right.
It's Monaco.
Yep,
Thanks,
Monaco.
Kevin. You're late.
All right, we're taking our break and we'll come back. We'll talk some more. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Hey, thanks.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over before you storm the court. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Are animals using your house as their new home? Spring is around the corner, and so is birthing season for wildlife. Give us a call today if you are hearing noises in your attic or under your house. Here at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, we can take care of your wildlife removal needs and repairs. Nuisance wildlife can be very destructive to your house, such as chewing on or through electrical wiring and much more. Call us today to book an appointment for inspection at 937-302-6372. We strike back.
Indulge in a variety of mouth-watering dishes, from juicy burgers and fresh salads to stacked sandwiches, delicious pizzas, warm soups, crispy fries, and finger-licking wings. Every bite is crafted with care using hand-grinded and breaded ingredients made right here in-house. Whether you're dining solo or with family or hanging out with friends, we have something to satisfy every craving. That's the Rusty Keg in Washington Courthouse, the best fries in town.
Who says living with labels is a bad thing? Especially bright, easy-to-read labels with a large font.
When one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Yeah, not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
All right, we're back. We're back. And anyhow,
Michelle missed the game.
Michelle, are you feeling better? We hope you are.
Yeah.
Anywho, we are back and we've been talking guns. Show them my gun and talk about what I got here. I know it's a pea shooter. You always told everybody that.
Charlie got a Diamondback bird head.
Show them that thing. That thing's pretty. I like the
it's
color
nice.
of that thing.
It's unloaded. It's a 9-shot.
9 shots.
Has a cylinder for 22 long rifle and another cylinder for 22 Magnum.
And that's the short, right? I mean, that's the long rifle.
Yeah, 22 long rifles. What's in here now?
Okay.
They make a nice gun for entry level. It's
heavy.
It's nice. It's a good heavy gun.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
They got some different colors where they actually Cerakote them. And
Charlie wanted his in pink.
No.
I offered it. He said no.
It's actually the Sidekick model.
Sidekick?
Yep.
Does that mean that's not a real gun? No.
No, it's a real gun. It's just this is what they give to Robin.
It's all right. I'm Barney. I'm more like Barney Fife.
Yeah.
I'll put one bullet in there.
But
There's more truth to that.
no, those things we sell those. They're between $295 and $300. I think is what they go for.
Great gun.
So
What's this?
somebody said
Martin says,
that's cute.
That's cute.
It is cute.
Just be glad you're not down
That's right,
here,
Kevin.
Kevin Martin. There you go.
I had to make sure he was happy since you can't pull a slide back.
Well, I
had to
probably
get,
could if I was trained right. I don't think I was trained right.
Well, I brought some guns for you to shoot when we go shooting.
Okay.
And,
Hey, we're gonna go
and
one
I'll
day.
tell you what, you'll have to shoot all of them and pull the slide back before you can shoot your own.
No!
And he
No!
takes trades, Charlie.
No.
That's part of your training.
All right, so that just snaps back
Just
in,
snap
right?
it back in there.
All right.
Yep.
Now, if I want to get that out of there, I got to pull here,
Pull straight forward.
straight forward,
Yeah,
Yes.
And slide the whole thing.
and slide the whole thing out
Yep,
like
you
that.
got it.
Yeah.
And then that just stays hooked on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then to change
Well,
the
it does
cylinder,
come out.
change the
Comes out
cylinder,
only if
you push this hole down here.
Push the hole. Okay.
Push put a pin or something in there, push,
Right.
and then that thing will pop out of
Yeah,
there.
you showed me. I remember
Yeah.
that. See, even that's got a little strength there, doesn't it? I mean,
It's a quality made pistol. I mean, it's
It's also brand new.
I put it quite a bit above like a Heritage or something like that
Mm.
for a little 22.
so I learned
The
something.
fact that
already.
it's 9 round, I really like,
Yeah.
especially
You're
if
gonna
you put the
miss a lot,
22 Magnum
Well, I'll tell you what else I was
cylinder in
afraid
there.
of.
It's a nice little piece to carry.
Tell you what else I was afraid of too with those automatic guns. I've seen some people rip the shit out of their thumbs and stuff shooting these things.
Slide bite is
Yeah.
a real thing. Yeah.
I mean, and I am smart enough, I could do that. You know, I would get, because those things have a lot more power too, don't they?
Well,
It
compared
depends
to
on
that,
the round, but yeah, slide bite hurts, period.
yeah.
Well, it can cut your whole thing. Well, I don't know what you
I don't
call
know.
that.
I feel like either that,
Your web,
the web of your hand.
Yeah.
your web.
I feel like you got to either be holding that gun really wrong, or that gun's got to be really old, not made
Yeah.
for it.
The only one gun that ever slide bit me was
Feels good.
I've got a Glock 27 and 40 cal, and it's I got big hands, so it's hard to get a good grip purchase on it without getting up there to where the slide can actually bite you. Now it didn't bite me all the time. I shot it a lot. I mean, I've got thousands of rounds through it, but there's the one that has got me was that one, and it got me a couple times really good. But
Also got this cool holster I can put on my belt. It's got the little belt holder over here.
see, Charlie's never carried or anything, so we just got him something to protect the gun if he wants to throw it in his glove box, and something he could, if he wants to throw it in his pants, he can throw it in his pants too.
Something better than the bucket in his garage.
That's true.
or his something better than his pocket. So
That's true. Well, those are. So I got two 50 round of the 22 Magnum, right?
yeah.
And then I got these. I got two more boxes like that, but they're just long rifles, right?
Yeah, he had some 22 long rifle that he had from his other pistols, and we sold him some 22 Magnums in critical defense, so he can shoot those. And then if he wants to carry the gun, that's what I would recommend him carry it with. Is that
Now, dumb question, but like, so after you fire all 9 rounds, then you just dump it, right, like that, or what?
Well, you see that plunger that you were messing with before?
Yeah.
that plunger will
That's
push them all out at
that's
once.
the ejector. You push that back, and you'll see
Oh,
that
like
star
that.
pops out, and it
Oh,
pulls all the
okay.
Shove
shells
them
out.
all out.
I admit, folks,
Just hold it up, push it down. And
You were
let 'em
playing
all
with
come
it
out.
earlier. I thought you knew.
I don't know anything.
It works just like those Heritage. It just does it all at once.
And that's why it's good for somebody like me to do this and to get on to recommend you, because let's face it, this world's getting nuts with crazy people.
Yeah.
So, you know, the more, even if it is just a 22, at least it's some protection. You know?
Yeah, and
If nothing else, if I shot at somebody, they realize that I do, you know, it's like even today, I told Rachel, at least people know I have one now.
Mm-hmm.
So if they, you know,
Well, that's obvious. It's all
Good.
over the internet.
that's right.
Yeah.
Charlie's
Charlie
packing.
Hargrave.
90% of self-defense cases where the gun saves a life or saves you from getting robbed, it's just brandished. It's never used.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's my point.
It's enough.
He needs
It's
to be
enough.
my manager. Yeah.
Just knowing that your victim is armed and that you're risking your life and your body is enough.
Might lose part of your ear.
Yeah, it's the same reason why robbers don't rob houses with dogs.
Mhm.
Robbers don't rob houses with what?
Dogs,
Dogs.
because it's a risk.
It's very rare for somebody
Oh,
to rob
yeah,
a house
okay.
that has a dog in it.
You
Even the
know,
little
when you
ones.
said that, I thought completely different. I thought, why would a robber bring a dog to the house?
If they're there for stuff and not you, they're not coming in the house.
Hell, when I had all my dogs, the Jehovah's Witnesses wouldn't even come to my house.
Well, and I'm going to tell you what.
Same thing with Victor.
I would hope that people wouldn't be coming for me, but I tell you what,
I don't
everybody.
know. Some of these games you play on here.
No, I'm going to tell you.
Front to decency.
Everybody, and I said this the other day, and a lot of times it's people that are close to you too, but everybody has their enemies. I don't care who you are, everybody. I'll tell you what.
It's not hard to wind up on the wrong end of a gun.
I should not say this, but I'm going to say it anyhow.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Flip a coin.
Well, let's just put it this way.
Spit it out.
If I ever get terminal,
He's got some people.
You're going to have some fun.
I have a list.
You should probably
I have a
specialize.
list.
You should probably say for the court that this is not a list of people you're going to go out and kill.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm at that point where I've lived a long life. 60 years. I never thought I'd make it to 60, to be honest with you. So, I'm hoping I got 25 more in me. I want to live to 85.
Well, you keep talking like that,
I call
5's going to be in jail.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to see 2050.
You get good health care.
25 plus life.
I want to see 2050. So I want to see. Now, there's a few people that,
What's happening in 2050?
nothing, I just want to be alive for it.
Is that when the comet comes back? And you
No, I just want to be alive for it. That's all. I just want to see that ball drop for 2050 and be cognizant enough to realize it. You know what I mean? And my problem.
That last part may be a stretch.
Well, because both my parents, I mean, my dad not so much, but my mom had the Alzheimer's. Really, yeah, and dementia, and take us the right way. Luckily, she passed away before it got too bad. She had a heart issue, and because it was getting worse. My dad just had the beginnings of dementia, but I really didn't think he had it, but they said he did. So, I'm trying to take care of. They say blood sugar, diabetes, dementia and Alzheimer's is like, we have, if you have low diabetes, high diabetes, it's diabetes advanced. Because most of the time diabetic patients go that way.
Kevin said you're waiting for the mothership to come back.
Yeah.
Kevin, don't make my list, brother. That's all I gotta say.
You might already be on his.
I like Kevin, he knows that. And Kevin likes me, he knows we're just rising each other. But there are a few.
There's a possibility I'm already on 4 people's list.
Well, at least. I'd be on one person's. Yeah.
You might be on
Don't
the
laugh,
bridge,
Rick.
You think you're. Mine, I don't like really cares.
Not sure.
But there's I can think of 2 or 3 right offhand.
You never know.
They'll get, and something will happen. They'll get theirs in the
There you
end.
go, Charlie.
I'm hoping that karma takes care of it. Yeah, Kevin Martin, you know what I'm talking about. And Kevin Martin's not on my list. So, and I'm not on Kevin Martin's list. If I am, you're awful touchy. That's all I gotta say. Anyhow, we're late for a break. So let's go to break, and then you need to talk about this, because are they getting those from you?
Yeah, they're in the gun cabinet.
All right, so we'll talk about this next. We'll be back.
Who says living with labels is a bad thing? Especially bright, easy-to-read labels with a large font.
When one man's drinking fountain is another man's bidet.
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
All the pretend news to fill your day.
Trust your most unreliable source.
The Murphy Report. Made-up stories almost like these and real stories on what's coming to the Murphy.
Ohio's hometown theater in downtown Wilmington.
Every Monday morning on the Murphy Theater website and our YouTube channel.
You know, Amanda, I label just about everything in my house, even my clothes, even my shoes. One shoe I have labeled R, and the other shoe I have labeled NR.
NR?
Not right.
You're not right.
The Murphy Report. Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us. Local religious leaders pondering taking Sundays off.
Holy Toledo, Batman. Are religious holidays next on the chopping block?
I'm Amanda Martin.
And I'm Steve Burnett.
Investigative reporting. It's what we do, sometimes on the Murphy Report.
Nothing is off limits in our newsroom, except baby turtles.
The Murphy Report. A new report every Monday on the Murphy Theater website and our own YouTube channel.
Amanda, did you know that I once felt I had a calling and gave serious consideration to joining the priesthood?
Oh, I can see that. You seem sincere, spiritual sort of person, not wrapped up in the petty trappings of society, littered with ego and vanity. What made you decide not to do it?
I don't look good in black.
Amen to that. The Murphy Report.
Remember, if it's news to you,
it's news to us.
But how much stuff they turn over.
Yeah.
Let's get
What kind of stuff?
personal.
Huh?
What kind of
Personal.
stuff? Is it old
Let's
It's
stuff?
get
estate sale
personal.
stuff, isn't it?
Sunday
Mostly
nights with
estate
your
sale
host,
stuff. And
Sarah,
Yeah.
play me like a piccolo
And
fife, and Jeffrey Schusler.
they're one of numerous companies that
The hot
contact me
dog
looking for
king
used guns
will be
and stuff
coming to
like
you to
that.
help out
Stuff I picked up at auctions.
youngins
And
and
do a lot of the,
oldies
like,
and Sasquatches
whenever
with
they
personal
buy 'em,
relationships.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Come and listen to it. All right, Mike, I'm gonna let you take the lead on that one. There you go.
all right. Just like last year, the Clinton County Referral Network is doing a gun giveaway, a gun raffle. They're doing a his and her set this year. It is 2 Hellcat Pros with a 10 round, 15 and 17 round magazine for each gun, 100 rounds of ammo, and a range bag. So
So how much is the value of that, approximately?
this
Retail value.
retail value of this setup right here is about $1,250 roughly,
Wow.
something like that.
$1,250 retail value. So they got to sell a lot of tickets,
Maybe
guys.
a little more retail. But tickets are $10 each or 3 for $20. And I guess if you know anybody in the referral network, you can get with them.
Yeah. Joe Holder will
Joe
have tickets.
Holdren will have tickets. Chris Newport will have tickets.
Mike will have tickets
I'll-
eventually.
I'll have tickets eventually.
And Joe's going to come to some of my car shows and set up and sell
Yeah.
tickets for it. So,
But yeah, they're real nice pieces. The Hellcat Pros are nice guns, slightly longer barrel than the standard Hellcat. Good concealed carry weapons, good shooting weapons, very reliable.
plus one's blue and one's black, right?
One is like a turquoise blue and one's black. So
Pretty neat. Plus 100 rounds.
yeah.
2 different, what do you call those things? Cartridges?
Magazines.
Magazines, okay.
Yeah. 15 round and 17 round. And then there's also 3 15 round mags in addition to that come in the range bag. So plenty of magazines.
Now they have the rounds in them.
No, you'd have to take them out of the box, put them in them.
No, I didn't know if they came loaded or
No, they don't come. No, they don't come loaded. They
Well,
don't
no,
come
not
loaded.
not the one in the gun, but the other ones.
Yeah, they don't come loaded. No. So
Oh, he's got such a long way.
no, I throw the ammo in
I do.
and the range bag in
That's cool.
on top of the giveaway. So
It's pretty neat. They're nice looking too. They're no holsters, but they got their own bag.
yeah, they're
Right.
very nice bag. Yeah, they each have an individual bag, and then there's the
Then they got the
Springfield
big
Armory
bag.
range bag.
Charlie just cares that they're pretty.
Hey, they are nice looking. I like mine. I think mine's cool as heck looking. You don't see that kind of like brownish color.
I like yours for a .22 revolver. I really do.
So,
When it came in, I was even more impressed with it.
plus I can't get over how heavy it is.
Yeah, it's a stout piece.
All right.
Mike, if someone was looking for a target pistol, what would you recommend for a?
Just to shoot target?
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about getting into the high end range of
No,
getting crazy. You can just a good.
Ruger, 22.
probably a nice .22 pistol with a long barrel.
Well, I mean, is there one?
Or if you want to do 9mm or something, it depends. I mean,
Well, 22.
22 is cheap to shoot.
Right.
So for just planking and target shooting,
Right.
I mean, it's hard to beat. You can get a
What manufacturer would you recommend?
Ruger Mark 5, Mark 4, something like that. They're very accurate guns. They have what's considered a bull barrel on them, which is normally what you find on a rifle, a heavy duty rifle. So they're very consistent,
Okay.
very accurate.
They're designed to be a good target pistol,
And
even if
that's
they're
basically
annoying
what
to
they're designed
disassemble.
for.
Okay.
So long barrel, does that make you more accurate?
The longer the barrel, the longer the sight radius. With pistols, it's kind of any here nor there. I mean, sight radius on a rifle is tremendously different than a pistol. I mean, you're kind of splitting hairs with sight radius on a pistol, but you can either manipulate the trigger and shoot a handgun correctly and accurately, or you can't.
Mm.
So what I'm wondering is that
You don't hold it back there. I mean, with that, you
Also, your
probably be all
finger off
right.
the
but-
trigger.
I mean,
You
no,
got-
what I'm trying to do
you
is
got a lot of
see
work to
which
do,
way I
Mike.
would see it.
yeah.
You don't hold it like that?
You could. I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, how would you recommend it?
Go over and show him how to hold the gun.
Nope. I gotta
I
go
mean, I
all
know
the
I
way
don't
over
have the
there.
finger on the trigger. I know that.
Oh, I see. You got it behind the trigger. That works.
Yeah.
Now this would work for 22, but just so that you get a good, like a good grip that you kind of more common, you want to have your hand up higher so that it's not just cupping the bottom of your other hand. It's actually added
Get
to
your
the
left
support.
thumb up.
Now you can put your thumb up here,
Yeah.
or you can
Okay.
put it up.
So like
forwards.
that.
Just leave a good set of fingerprints, Charlie.
Yeah.
A good set of right there on this big surface, so they get a good fingerprint.
Yeah, there we go. I can do
But
that.
what my dad personally does, and he's taught me this, is he likes to put your thumbs together like that, and put both
Put
of them forward.
Your left thumb over your right thumb over your left thumb.
Like that?
No, going down the side of the weapon.
Yeah, you're killing me. Like that.
Get your left hand out of the way first. Get it out there.
All right.
Doesn't belong here. So get as high purchase as you can on it.
Okay. So up there.
Okay. So you don't want your thumb anywhere up here.
Right.
You're gonna get some flash out of there. Now bring your other hand in.
Okay.
Just give me your palm. Your palm right there.
All right.
Now wrap this around
Okay.
underneath. Yeah, wrap that around there. Preferably underneath the trigger guard.
Like there?
Yeah.
Okay.
This finger right here doesn't do anything but work the trigger. Nothing else. That's it. That's
Okay.
its only job.
And I don't need to put my thumb up there. Right?
No. Now you can
Why
reach
not have
up
my
and you
thumb
can
up
cock
there?
that. You can reach that up and cock that.
But and you want to do that before you shoot it, right? Duh, or not?
Well, it's
You
double,
can,
It's
it's-
single double action, so you can
it's-
pull the
it's
trigger right
both.
now, and it'll pull the hammer back.
Okay, so I don't need my thumb anywhere near there.
You
Don't
don't
need
have
it up
to.
there,
If
but
you
if
want to
you-
shoot more accurate, you'll cock the hammer because the trigger pulls a lot
So
easier.
something like that.
And you can dry fire if you want. It's
Huh?
not gonna kill it.
Move it more if you pull the trigger.
It'll
Yeah.
move it
Remember
more.
you did that in the house? Remember how hard the trigger to pull is right now?
Oh, that's right. But if you have this back, then
If you
it's
pull
not
that
bad.
back, then you've got a nice, easy trigger pull.
You see that pink sign right there?
That's what I've been aiming at.
Keep the sights on it and try to pull the trigger all the way back.
You want me to do that right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
tough.
see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I
By,
could, but
now,
I'm not.
now if you pulled it,
Pull it back.
pull it all the way back.
See, that's even hard to
Pull
do.
it back.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Now
Take
try to
this
pull
guy
the
away
trigger.
from him.
I know. Now, still pull the trigger,
Yeah.
even though it's dry fire.
And you see how much easier that was.
Oh, yeah, a
For your-
lot.
for your
But then you're
finger
just shooting one at a time.
Then you're just shooting
You're
one at a
shooting
time.
one at a time
But that's for
anyway.
if you're just doing,
You're not Kojak.
you're just aiming. You know?
It's not a semi-auto. You're shooting one at a time. no
Right,
matter what.
anyway, yeah, either way. Okay.
So,
So the first one better be good or my ass is in trouble.
Well, I
Well,
like to imagine that
I-
when the adrenaline.
if you're
kicks in.
under stress, you're not even going to notice the difference in trigger pulling the trigger.
Well, that's probably true, because I was babying.
target will.
Any suggestions on a decent revolver?
This one right here.
Depends
Not
on-
Taurus.
Depends on what caliber.
What kind do you want?
Taurus makes different stuff just because you don't like cleaning.
I
them.
don't like freaking Taurus. I
If
don't
he
care.
doesn't like cleaning them, he won't recommend it.
Well, if you want something that isn't rusting, that you can actually take apart at some point in the future and maintain, don't do Taurus.
Taurus makes good revolvers.
Yeah, for drug mules.
Oh, dang.
Is true. It's true.
38. It really depends on there's decent revolvers like 38. There's decent revolvers in numerous price ranges. If you want to stay between say 500 to 800, you can get a Smith and Wesson, Taurus.
About Ruger.
Ruger. the heavier the gun, the better for revolvers.
I think it's heavy. I'm gonna tell you right now.
For a 22, this thing's got some weight to it. Diamondback does make some 38s. I think they shoot really good.
That's what I got, Matt.
Yeah, that's a Diamondback. Colt, obviously, Colt makes probably one of the best revolvers out there. They're a little pricey, but again, it depends on the model, the barrel length, all that stuff. There's
Colt, Remington, all that. Winchester, aren't those old names? I mean, just
yeah, they're all manufacturers.
yeah. I mean, but they're like, oh, what's the creme de la creme? Like Matt Beamer, I know him. Money's not an option to him. So what would be like the best thing if money's not an option?
I would do a Colt.
Montabo.
Montabo?
Montabo.
I never heard of that.
It's I wouldn't recommend it because it's too expensive for what it is. But like you said, creme de la creme.
Okay.
It's probably one of the more accurate and easier to shoot revolvers out there for what it is.
There you go,
Big,
Matt.
heavy, reliable.
Montabo. So what's one of those run? Couple thousand?
A little more, but yeah.
Wow.
They're Montabo. It's European, but you know how this revolver, the barrel's up top, and since your purchase is down here, the force of the recoil is up high, so your gun's gonna climb like that.
Yeah.
What Montabo does with theirs, and some other companies have done this too, but Montaba's the one that kind of perfected it, quote unquote, is their barrels are down here. They're at the bottom, and that means that they don't rise as much. And not just that, because that makes it more complicated and the gun's more expensive because of that, they put a lot more effort into their quality control and other things so that there's actually a reason for you to pay $5,000 for a revolver.
Wow.
But
man, I'd go with a good Colt 357 because it'll shoot.
It'll shoot.
You can shoot you can shoot 38 all day long in it, and carry 357 if you want.
38 special.
So a 357, you can shoot 38 special.
What's the Dirty Harry gun? What's that?
That's a 44 Magnum.
Make my day, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my list. Hey, yeah, you know, if I get serious about my list, that's what I'll have to come by. 44.
Here we go.
really
That list.
You better make sure they're all standing in line up in front of each other because you're only shooting that once with your hands.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's why maybe I should do the AR. Because those shoot quick, right?
Well, they shoot as quick as you can pull the trigger, just like a semi-auto handgun.
Well, don't.
Unless you put a switch in it.
What's a switch? That's
something we can't sell you.
Is that those are the illegal things? What are those things that they banned about a year ago?
It makes a semi-auto a full auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which
aren't
makes
those
it
against the law?
Yeah.
Automatics are against the law.
Yeah.
Unless you have the tax stamp.
Unless you spend a $200 tax stamp and go
wait in a
through all
line
the rigmarole to get the extra background check and all.
Or if you own a company and make it the company property.
If you want to, just get a tank.
Get a tank.
You don't even have to worry about missing.
You can get a tank. It's sad though. They don't count the. You can own a cannon, but you can't own a breech loading cannon according to the law. So you'd have to rig it up with an old pull cord. Which is why even do that at that point?
They're trying to say, that's because
You don't need. But a lot
cannons back in the day.
of sports teams use cannons like for touchdowns though.
No problem, Matt. Thanks for the question.
So Matt, let us know because he can handle you right there online and get most of it done. And he's in Centerville, so it's not that far to go. And plus, there's a lot of good restaurants and stuff to eat around where he lives. So
Yeah.
make a day out of it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's plenty of good revolvers on the website that we didn't talk about.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good revolvers on the website. Colt's something that you won't find a lot on my website, but if it is something you're interested in, get a hold of me. I can shoot you a couple different models and prices.
No problem.
Because they have to come from a different distributor than what is tied to my website.
Yeah. Colt hates small businesses.
Colt does not like small businesses. If you don't have a storefront, they don't want to sell to you. But I do have a distributor that will sell them to me. And also, Colt bought CZ, so that done the same thing to CZ.
What's CZ? Just another company?
Yeah, it's
just another company. They make a lot of competition shooting pistols. Is what their pistols are known for. They make a great shotgun, great over under, nice hunting shotgun.
Did you get any people just buying guns like that are in these like target shooting?
There's some people that have bought guns from us
Okay.
for that do, you know.
I remember
Yes.
when I was a kid, my dad and I sometimes would go out and watch people shoot, you know, the clays, sporting clays.
The llamas, I believe some of my distributors do carry llama, yeah.
I'm talking about guns here, not animals. What are you talking about?
well, the wife actually has a petting zoo.
We're not talking about llama. We're not talking about animals. But,
okay.
Llama is a brand.
I kind of figured.
Look it up real quick and see if that distributor has. I'm pretty sure
What
llama.
kind of gun are you looking for in a llama? It's got a hump on it, or?
Camel.
Oh, that's a camel. That's right. Is it gonna spit at you? We're looking up a llama. Well, they're looking up a llama. I'll let you know a couple other things coming up. May 24th, right here.
Nothing there.
Car and Bike Show, New
Llama.
Holland. Go down and see Floyd Woolover
Looking at
and the
manufacturers.
gang. Floyd watches our show
Well, these
a
are just
lot,
brands.
so go check out
Yeah.
Floyd. And May 24th and May 25th, we're having one at my church in
I'll
Smyrna.
get back with you on that, Kevin. I'll post a comment on here.
Schizophrenic?
My word of the day was, what was it? It was clandestine.
Do we have any news today?
Oh, we
just
had
did
need
it.
some today in history, yeah.
So we just did news.
Jerry, you got any today in history? Thanks, Rick.
Probably do. Not very many.
That's all right. We don't have much time left.
Yeah.
You can go on here in the eye.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is a
May 12th, stay in history. In 1847, William Clayton invented the odometer. In 1870, Manitoba entered the Confederation as a Canadian province.
Go down. Looking for
In
LL.
1888, Charles Sherrill of Yale track and team became the first runner
down.
to use the
Sorry, I was
crouching
just shocked by
start
that one.
You shocked
for
yourself?
fast
I'm
break
shocked by that one.
in the foot race. In 1926, the airship
Nothing in
Norge
stock,
became the
so,
first vessel
yeah.
to fly over the North Pole. Rick will like this one. In 2003, in Texas, 59 Democratic lawmakers went into hiding over a dispute with the Republicans over congressional redistricting plan.
Yeah, because they were going to arrest them.
Yeah.
They were not showing up because they didn't want a quorum because they were going to take a vote that they were going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've done that other places.
In 2015, it was announced that Verizon would acquire AOL.
Just something along that lines. Virginia Commonwealth University had their graduation this weekend. Did you see that?
They walked out.
Bunch of them walked out. It was governor of Virginia, I think.
Yeah, it was Youngkin.
Yeah, Glenn Youngkin was the speaker, and they just all started walking out, flipping him off. It was bad.
Yeah.
Not all of them did,
Can't
but
wait till this group rose up.
oh, I know. They really kind of showed their butts there. So what'd you find on the llama?
Just a second here.
Did you find anything on the llama?
It wasn't on the website, but
Well,
that
the
doesn't
llama's
mean
not
that our
exactly like the
distributors
alpaca.
don't have them.
The
No.
alpaca is a little different. And it's not a camel.
Well, they're still looking for llamas. Let me go ahead and give you our final thought today. It's by George Carlin. It's a good one, Jerry. You'll like it.
Lovely,
Say this
lovely
on the
ringtone.
television, Charlie?
Huh?
Can we say this on the television?
Yeah, we can say this. George Carlin, don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
Don't. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You guys need to hear that one more time? Don't sweat the petty things, and don't
Back to the yeast infection.
and don't pet the sweaty things.
I think they should make the head on your bobblehead smaller.
That's a George Carlin
No, that's
statement.
actual size.
That's a George
Oh, okay.
Carlin
Charlie said
statement.
it's much larger than the rest of his body.
So he's still looking up the llama. We're gonna find the
Next
llama.
time to find out about the
We're
llama.
looking here.
A Llama 1911 Micro Max single 380 pistol.
Okay, where's that? Okay, llama 1911 Micro Max single 380 pistol.
1911 and
There
380.
it is.
Something that he has.
Oh, no, is this something you have
It
or
sounds
something you're
like
looking
it's,
for?
Isn't that a
Something
small
he's looking
caliber for a 1911?
It's a little small. It's a little smaller than 9mm in terms of
Yeah.
cartridge.
Yep. We will. Kevin Martin, he will get back to you on that individually. But
Yes,
I
I
never,
will.
I never even heard of llama guns. They decent?
I don't know. I haven't heard of them.
To my knowledge, they're a decent gun. Yeah.
Well, Kevin wouldn't have anything junk.
But I don't know if I got to find out if they sell to distributors or if you actually have to be a distributor for them, for that particular manufacturer. Because there are some gun companies out there that are smaller than others. They don't
We're
sell
gonna go eat
to
lunch.
all distributors.
It was on the
His girlfriend.
it was on the list of brands, so it's at least it's something
Yeah.
we can look for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming to you, Captain.
Sorry, Rick and Jerry's at it here. All right, guys.